Hi guys, I'm Professor Zubair Jahangir and we'll be starting with your securities law and capital markets. This subject is very interesting. It talks about the share market and the regulations that govern it. Let's see from the syllabus point of view, how is it covered in your ICSI module. Now the subject is divided in two parts. The first part is your securities law, which comes for 70 marks, and your part 2 is your capital markets, which comes for around 30 marks. From these two sections, can you tell me which is important, on which you need to focus a lot more? Now if you see here, there are only two chapters that come for 30 marks. So therefore your part 2, with learning only two chapters, you cover around 30 marks of your subject. The balance 70 marks, for getting that you need to study 14 chapters. So now we'll be seeing chapter wise weightage of all these chapters. In total there are only 16 chapters. Okay, and this is the chapter wise weightage. The biggest marks, now these are all your average marks in exams with the weightage. You see the highest weightage is in your part 2, your chapter 15, that is your structure of your capital markets. The second highest weightage, if we can see, is somewhere in the security market intermediaries in part 2 again. Then you have your mutual funds, very important concept to understand what is the concept of mutual funds and how does it help in your long term investments. Then you have your ICDR regulation, something which will also come back in your CS final. Then your LODR regulations. Then your takeover code. It is for 10 marks. So this is your chapter wise weightage. Now I have divided this subject into 3 grades, the chapters into 3 grades. Grade 1 consisting of the most important or the valued chapters. Now if you see in grade 1, it covers 70 marks of your syllabus, and to achieve this 70 marks, only 5 chapters you need to study. So around 70 marks will be covered. The first is your structure of capital markets, which comes for around 32 marks. Then your intermediaries chapter, both of them is of part 2, it comes for around 12 marks. So this comes in your grade 1. Then comes ICDR regulations, your takeover code, your mutual funds. These 5 chapters in 70 marks is covered. Next is your grade 2 chapters. In grade 2 chapters, there are only 6 chapters. 6 chapters that come for around 40 marks. Here, 6 chapters are there. It comes for around 40 marks in your paper. So if you see this LODR regulations, share-based employee benefits, buyback, insider trading, SCRA, ombudsman, these all are in your grade 2 chapters. Then if I see your grade 3 chapters, grade 3 chapters, 5 chapters you're studying, but it comes for only 10 marks in your subject. Now this is around 5 chapters for around 10 marks. Now if I see the paper pattern, now very important note in the paper pattern is question 1 will generally contain 2 sums. So your question 1, the moment you begin with your SEBI subject, you will have a few sums that you need to solve. So therefore students must equip themselves to attempt these. Then a few more sums can be asked in other questions also apart from question 1. And questions here are both direct questions are also asked and situational based questions are also asked. So therefore direct questions are very easy to write, but situational questions you need to equip yourself, prepare yourself priorly to attempt these questions. Now your subject is told you is in 2 parts, 70 marks and your 30 marks. The breakup is your question 1, you need to attempt 4 questions for 5 marks each. In question 2 or 2A, you need to attempt 5 questions of 4 marks each. Question 3 will be 3 questions of 5 marks each, and so on. But one thing if you note, question number 4 is super important. Here you will have to attempt 2 questions for 8 marks and 7 marks. So one question will be for 8 marks and the other question will be for 7 marks. So therefore you need to be prepare your SEBI also to write long answers. Then the other 5 questions will come for 3 marks each and 2 questions will come for 5 marks each. So this is how your paper will be. Now actually let's look at an exam question. Now when I told you the part 1 will start generally in question 1 with sums. Now these sums are of mutual funds. Generally the questions are of these sums are very much repeated. So if you do the past year exam questions all, you should be able to attempt most of the exam questions that come in your paper. Then after the first sum, they've again explained the provisions of utilization of the proceeds with respect to sale to existing shareholders. Then another sum comes again in C. Then a few situational and sum based questions also. Okay, then here these are all your Tango Trading Limited. So this is like a situational question where you need to write the facts of the case. So how do you attempt? You'll write the facts of the case, then you'll quote the law, what is the provision of law, and then you will provide your conclusion, or I could say your judgment. Then comes your direct questions. There are a lot of direct questions also in your paper. Now let's see, if you want to begin with the subject, what you need to do. So I have divided the subject in this flow. So you can study in this pattern, because you can't just go from the most important chapter here, because sometimes you need a link of other chapters too. So this subject needs to be studied gradually, slowly, so you understand the concept. The first you can start with ombudsman, then collective investment scheme, mutual funds in this flow. Once you're done with your 16 chapters, then you need to prepare your SEBI sums separately and also your practical question answer writing practice. How do you attempt your practical questions that are your situational based questions? So with this you can start with a subject.